I guess we're back. Listen, I was hoping that anybody that's been watching the videos or watches one, that they'd please, subscribe and share it to other people, to your followers. I don't want anything, but maybe, hopefully, that somebody gets out of something. Gets something out of what I said. But if you would, I'd appreciate it. I'm sharing it to Facebook and hoping that people will subscribe and share it there too. That's about the only knowledge I got is this, and then to that into Facebook. But anyway, it'd be most appreciated. I just want to get this out because I care, and feels like I have to say, something. I don't want to go or without knowing I've tried. Anyway, we're sitting here talking about what may or may not happen. Now, a German politician brought up the fact that something on the 24th was going to happen, that man or woman, didn't matter, you will remember where you were when it happens. Now that could be, I don't know. To me, it's always the same thing. It's uh, we should always be ready. Uh, Now Germany is being starved of heating oil and gas, stuff to that nature, and they will suffer in the when winter hits harder, and the children will suffer, and that's going to piss a lot of people off. Now, Germany may feel that, hey, we got no choice but to do something. If you think about it, they didn't want to send tanks. Maybe they're saying, screw it, we're just going to hit them with a missile. Well, Germany does have nukes. They're ours, but they're nukes. France has got them too. Again, ours, but they're nukes. Would they fire one off? I haven't got the slightest idea. I know it's all been threatened. Russia's saying that they would use tactical nukes if any more of this crap keeps happening. Us supplying Ukraine with more firepower that's used against Russia, or Russia gets hit, with one of these things in Russia themselves. Well, they're thinking about using one. You blame them? I don't. A lot had to have happened behind the scenes that we don't know about. Putin and the Russian people just wouldn't say, "Well, look, I think today let's invade Ukraine." No, doesn't work that way. Especially when he knew that the rest of the world would use that. There's other things happening that we don't know about, and we'll never know about. My point is, don't worry about the 24th so much as like, do what God says. Our Lord Jesus. Don't worry about yesterday. I'm paraphrasing now. Don't worry about yesterday. It's already gone. Can't do nothing about it. Don't worry about tomorrow because it ain't even here yet. Today will have enough problems of its own. And that's what we should do. Worry about today. I don't believe that they're stupid enough to destroy the planet. I believe that there are tactical nukes in place. I believe that we have what Russia's got, as well as Chinese, uh, unmanned drone submarines sitting off the west coast and the east coast, waiting to be triggered. That's massive tsunamis and flooding and stuff to that nature. And then when that happens, if there's any troops in Canada, Chinese, like it's been reported before, but you don't hear about it anymore, they'll attack, as well as south of the border. Now, remember, in August, there's supposed to have been Russian, Chinese, and Iranian forces there under a war games scenario. But that means they're there. And they're just waiting. Mexico's under what? Martial law now? They're basically out of water, and they need supplies all over the place, and they just don't have them. So now the military is the police department. And that's coming to a neighborhood near you and me, and there's not a damn thing we can do about it. Except realize this. I love the Marine Corps. I was a Marine. I was raised in the Army, so I've got good feelings about them too. The Navy, I've served with them too. They're fantastic people. And the Air Force, top notch. You got a few cousins that were in the Air Force. Top notch people, you know, smart as a whip. But point being here is we don't have enough. They don't have enough military to put us all down under martial law, which means you're going to have to pull somebody else in to help. United Nations, yeah, there's been plenty of sightings of UN troops and well as equipment here in the United States. They're building. They're building up, man. It's absolutely amazing that the things that have been going on and reported on, but nobody catches it. Well, the media is not going to catch it. That's for darn sure. They don't want to catch it. They've been told not to. Don't report on that stuff. If they feel they've got us in the dark, then they can work us. You know, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I look at uh, a logical path, as I would say. Think about it. You know, how would you disarm? How would you enforce a martial law type situation? We use our military to a certain extent because our military is going to be spread out. It's going to be so far spread out you won't believe it. I mean, we're in a no-win situation here. The way they've cut back on troops and equipment, there's no way we can be in Taiwan, in Europe, in Asia, or Southeast Asia. No, not Southeast Asia. Yeah, Southeast Asia and the Middle East all at the same time. We can't. And here at home, which means they've already. I think it was Biden that did that. Signed a piece of paper that said that if needed, China would come in as peacekeepers. UN. It ain't going to be easy. This is the biggest takeover. This is a coup against not a president, not a congressman, not a senator. This is a coup against the people of the United States of America. That's all it is. And if you can't see that, take your blinders off. I'm not going to say that you're stupid or whatever the case may be. No, just take your blinders off. Start looking at things. You mean to tell me that there's nobody here that wants to harm us? Here in the States, there's no group, no ethnicity, nothing like that wants to harm us. We have no one in Congress that wants to harm us. No. AOC and their little tribe, they don't want to harm us. No. Just want to get rid of us. I'm not saying that every Arab here in the United States is against us. I'm not saying that every Mexican or illegal is against us. I'm not saying that stuff. What I'm saying here is, along with the good people that come, bad people come. You know, why am I wasting your time? I'm not. Look, if I'm wasting your time, I apologize. But to me, I'm not. I look at these other videos and all I see is people saying my opinion about this, my opinion about that. Maybe this is just my opinion. But I challenge any of you to prove me wrong. I'd love to be proved wrong. It's going to be a lot of pain, suffering, and death. And you're not going to know what to do. You're going to be brokenhearted, crying, not realizing that it's a fight for not only your life, but whoever else is alive. The dead are dead. I'm saying this looking at if my sons and I are out here trying to fight and one of us gets killed, I'm going to keep fighting. I'm not going to throw down my weapon and run to one of my sons that's been shot or dead and start crying. I'm going to start killing. When it's all over, I'm going to have to bury a body. I know he's in a better place than we are. You see what I'm saying? This whole world is it's already went to hell. You got the King of England already said, let's get on a war front. No kidding. Duh. New prime minister up there saying, I'm not afraid of pushing a button. Duh. It all plays in the hands. They're just waiting. Exactly for what? I haven't got the slightest idea. Except, it can only be one thing. Not everybody's chess pieces are where they want them yet. Whether that be China, North Korea, Iran, or Russia. They're just not there. Not yet. The United States, our government is depleting us of any ability to defend ourselves. If you can't see that, then you're blind. Remember, water, food, a means of self-defense, medical equipment, medicine. Don't forget about preparing for what know. How about no electricity? You got generators? I have a gas generator and I have a solar generator. The gas generator is going to, it's flat going to attract attention. That's why I say get to know your neighbors. If you've got your refrigerator going and your stove going, or maybe you're cooking outside on the barbecue, big deal. Point is, you got some kind of electricity. You're going to share it, but share it with those that you want to share it with. If you don't have connections, if you don't know the people that are around you, and you start that thing up, they'll be there. Can I charge my phone? Can I charge this? Will you let me do this? And yeah, you're going to want to say, well, I'll tell you what, I'll let you do that for 2 cans of beans or a case of water or yada, yada, barter system. Because money is not going to be worth a damn thing. We've already seen stories of banks not wanting to give people their money or limiting the amount of cash they can get out. And we're dealing with that here. You have to prepare. If you don't, the only one you've got to blame is yourself. You can say, I shoulda, coulda, woulda. Well, you shoulda, coulda, woulda, all right. But what the hell? Nobody believes me anyway, huh? I want to be that voice on your shoulder saying, prepare. Get a can of this, a can of that, a bag of rice, a bag of beans, anything. Get barrels to catch rainwater. Rainwater. Don't listen to them damn people say, the rainwater's contaminated. You're going to boil that shit anyway, man. You know how to filter it out, right? Take a big giant jug, get 2 of them, like them big 5-gallon water bottles, right? Use one, chop off the bottom, string it up. You got rocks, you got dirt or sand, you got grass, right? You got charcoal, okay? And then more rocks. And you just keep building it up just like that. You pour the water in, or the water that you need to filter. You pour it in the top, it comes out the bottom into the bottom container. And when the bottom container fills up, you put another empty container down there and you fill it up and you put that water back through again. And you keep doing that till it's as clear as possible. After that's done, you move it and you boil it. After it's boiled, you can drink it, cook with it, do whatever you need to do. Little things like that. You know how to get water from a tree? I do. Research it. There's going to be so many things. You know, people are going to go, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Look for skills. You know how to plant a garden. It seems pretty easy, right? Problem is, you got to water that garden. So maybe you just use buckets or a pail of this or a pail of that or a box. You put some dirt in there and you grow, and you're just growing some tomato plants or maybe some potatoes. Okay, because you can't survive on potatoes. You know, but my point here, you know, then you don't have a whole bunch of stuff to have to water, but just a little, and that'll add to your backup as you're eating the stuff that you stored. This is fresh stuff, okay? Uh, I'm just so worried about what's going to happen to all of us. You know, I keep watching more videos. This is happening. That's happening. You know, food shortages here, food shortages there. Walmart warning people, stock up. Yeah, right. Trains, people on the locomotives, and you know the train workers. You know, may strike on the 15th. If they do that, everything stops. Who's going to unload the trains? They're on strike. A trucker can't take a trailer there to pick up a container if nobody's going to load that container for him. He can't just lift it up and put it on there. You know, I mean, it's just going to sit right there on the train. That means the stores don't get, you know, replenished. And whatever you got in warehouses, yeah, that'll go out. That's only going to last so long. And what do they do? What's the president do? Do like Reagan did and just fire all the airport workers? You know, who are you going to replace them with? He took a big ass gamble doing that shit. Well, who are you going to replace these people with? It's all leading up. It's all ready. It's already been planned out. I don't understand why they haven't done it yet. There's not much left they can get. I mean, they've already stolen every damn dollar they can out of our economy. Um, we owe everybody. There's no way we could pay this debt. There's not a damn thing we could do. No, not, you know, as far as it's just not going to happen. The billionaires are doing what? They're protecting what assets they have, digging holes in the ground. They know something's coming. Some of them damn billionaires are trying to get off the planet. Do you think all this is just a coincidence? Elon Musk himself has said so. The richest man on the planet. Warned about the economy, warned about everything. He don't really care either, man. He's got enough money. He don't have to do nothing. You got probably got a few holes dug around in the earth for him and its people. We got a lot of people working against us, and yet we're not standing up for ourselves. So who the hell are we going to blame? You're going to blame the next door neighbor? You're going to blame, you know, this congressman, that senator? Shit, we ought to be blaming ourselves for letting it happen. Not a one of us got any balls. We don't stand up, and I'm including myself on this. I'm not out there protesting about this stuff. I'm bitching and moaning right here about it, but I'm not out there doing it either. And as long as we have this mindset, nothing's going to get done. They're going to keep walking all over us. I'm more worried about abortion rights than what's actually coming. And what's coming down the pike is going to be something that nobody wants to experience. Europe has had to experience hell on earth twice. Well, this time it's going to be every damn one of us. All of us. Yeah. And if you don't have food, you start eating people, don't you? Hey, the Donner Party did it. They had no choice. Either that or die. You never know what to expect. You've got to let your mind go and your imagination peak. What is a human being capable of? Well, we see what our leaders are capable of. And they're not done yet. None of it makes sense. And what really gets me here, you got all the money in the world and you die. Are you taking any damn bit of it with you? Nope. They must have a heavy belief in Satan that he's just going to raise them up, give them their money and their gold and jewels, big old mansion, and, as long as they worship him. That's the whole point. These people just want to destroy. Right now they're destroying the greatest country on earth. And the people of that greatest country who have gained everything from that greatest country are just sitting back doing nothing. You've got malicious training. You got preppers, prepping. But when it happens, everyone will be lost because there's no continuity to any of this. You can't just join that group or this group or whatever. It's almost like Billy Bob and Billy Joe. They know each other, so they got a group going. Probably the whole neighborhood. But Sam and Steve over here, they ain't got nobody going. They're neighbors, and that's it. They both live in an apartment, don't have a fireplace, no way to, supply heat, no way to even stock any food or water. You know what I'm saying? And they want you to move to the cities. And look what's happening to the cities. More homeless each and every day. California was one great ass, state at one time. Now it's just a pile of shit. And so the Democrats leave because they're not happy. But then they come to red states and they try to turn it into California because things are different here in red states, red areas. We don't agree with their politics. And they start the whole process all over again. It's like nobody can learn. It takes a while sometimes to learn a lesson. I understand that. But damn. So send me your comments, good or bad. Subscribe if you would. Thumbs up, thumbs down, don't matter. But I'd really like to get out there to other people. I'd really like to know if anybody's getting anything out of what I've said. But remember, you need water. You need food. You need self-defense. You need medical. You need medicine. You need to have some kind of clique that you can fall into and be, and depend on. This might sound funny, but you need toilet paper, paper towels. You need all that. You need soap to keep sanitized. You need a means to to have a shower outside because nothing works inside. Without electricity, you got no water. You can't run the pumps. You see what I'm saying? You got to come up with answers. You got to give yourself a problem and then fix that problem. Well, what will I do if this happens? And the if is not that far away. What will I do if my family and I become homeless? And that's not that far away. Can't pay the taxes, you lose your home. Can't pay the rent, you're out. I'm just saying. I'm asking you to think, prioritize, look at the realities around you, what the government's doing, what the world is doing, what everybody's getting prepared for, everybody but us. And even if we have preppers that have been prepping for 10 years and 20 years, that's all fine and dandy. But like I said, you got to be able to defend it. And, in the world that's coming, you own what you keep, are able to keep. You might have a pink slip, but if you ain't able to keep it, it ain't yours no more. May own the house, have the deed to it, but if you're not able to keep it, it's not yours no more. You see what I'm saying? Wake up. Let me know what you think. And I'll see you next time. God bless you. Be safe.